Hello Tuscaloosa. Bama will always be Bama football, says the recruit who could possibly come to Bama. Big move by an elite tight end from the 2026 class at Bama? The guy is Caden Prothro and he was present at important Bama victories. But before talking about the recruitment, subscribe to the channel to receive more news. Caden, who was present at Alabama's impressive victories against Georgia and Auburn, made it clear that the Crimson Tide remains an unquestionable powerhouse in the sport. And is that a point in favor of him coming to Bama? History speaks for itself. Alabama is synonymous with tradition, victories, and excellence. And, even in an environment where expectations are already sky-high, first-year coach Kalen DeBoer has given new contours to what it means to play for the Tide. The way Alabama has integrated its tight ends into the offense has caught Prothro's attention, and he envisions a prominent role on the offensive unit. Although he is rated as a 4-star recruit, it is clear that he has the potential to reach the 5-star level soon. More than numbers or stats, what really impresses is his vision and skill. He combines physical presence with a unique ability to play both a blocker and a receiver, a key quality in the versatile scheme that DeBoer is building. In Prothro's own words, Bama will always be Bama football. That statement resonates more than a compliment, it is a simple and powerful truth. The Crimson Tide has established itself not only as a dominant force, but as a destination where athletes become legends. Prothro recognizes this and sees Alabama as an opportunity to excel in an environment where internal competition pushes everyone to their full potential. Prothro's observations about how Alabama has utilized its tight ends this year are particularly telling. He sees something special in DeBoer's system, which has managed to reinvent the position in a way that emphasizes both skill and physicality. I see myself out there just separating, making bigger catches and running the offense, Prothro said, with a confidence that exemplifies the kind of mentality the Crimson Tide values. What makes this situation all the more intriguing is that Alabama is in the midst of a strategic overhaul. The inclusion of tight ends in the offensive game more often isn't just a tactical adjustment, it's a clear message to recruits like Prothro: here, you're going to be a playmaker, not just a backup. That's something the Bowden, Georgia native clearly noticed and admired during his visits. It's important to note that Prothro's presence in Tuscaloosa during wins over rivals like Auburn and Georgia was no coincidence. Those games served as a stage for Alabama to showcase exactly what sets it apart. Intensity, focus and, above all, the ability to execute in critical moments are characteristics that attract talents like Prothro, who want to be part of something bigger than himself. With Prothro being one of the top prospects in the 2026 class, his interest in Alabama is a confirmation that the culture built over the decades is still going strong. More than a winning program, the Crimson Tide represents a platform for players who want to achieve excellence. And with Kalen DeBoer, the message is clear: Alabama is not just looking to the future, it is building a new legacy with the same unwavering commitment to being the best. And, by all indications, Caden Prothro is getting closer and closer to joining that story. Let's wait and see. Speaking of recruiting and big moves, another recruit is Isaiah Williams, a 4-star linebacker from Florida who is quickly becoming one of the most coveted prospects in the 2026 class. Williams, currently a defensive mainstay at Tavares High School, has made no secret of his admiration for the Crimson Tide, an admiration that could culminate in a commitment in the future. Alabama's defense has been a differentiator, and Williams seems to have recognized the value of a system that not only demands excellence, but also provides a platform for defensive talent to shine. When he looks at the likes of Jihad Campbell and Deontay Lawson, he sees a scheme where linebackers play key roles, something the prospect finds highly appealing. When I think about Alabama, I think about all the good things that have happened there. They are winners, Williams said. It's a statement that encapsulates the prevailing perception of the Crimson Tide in college football, a program where success is not only expected, but guaranteed by a combination of a culture of hard work, effective leadership, and a history of developing elite athletes. That's a good thing. In his junior season, he racked up an impressive 137 tackles, 22 tackles for loss, and 6 sacks. His ability to attack the ball in space, as well as drop back to cover passes, demonstrates the versatility that is so valued in Alabama's defensive scheme. And it's precisely that versatility that puts Williams in a prime position to fit perfectly into the Tide's game plan. The connection between Williams and Alabama goes beyond superficial praise. He's had the opportunity to speak with Jihad Campbell, currently a standout for the Crimson Tide, and described the experience as eye-opening. "It was good to talk to him because that's a player. He can tell you the truth," Williams said. These moments of interaction with athletes who live the program's day-to-day life give him an authentic perspective on what it means to be a part of Alabama's defense. Williams' interest in the Crimson Tide is not just rhetorical. He has an unofficial visit scheduled for February 1st and is considering a future official visit, with the intention of making his decision over the summer. This timeline reflects not only mutual interest, but also the meticulous planning that goes into recruiting elite athletes. For Alabama, landing Williams would be another important piece to a defense that already stands out for its intensity and efficiency. Recruits like Williams, who combine elite physical skills with a deep understanding of the game, are exactly the type of players the Tide seeks to continue its tradition. He recognizes that Alabama is more than a football program, it is a machine that produces champions. By being recruited hard, he not only feels valued, but also understands that he is being asked to be part of something bigger, a college football tradition that is Alabama. As Alabama continues to restructure and reinforce its identity under DeBoer, bringing in players like Williams is a clear indication that he's focused on building a better Bama for 2025. Let's get moving. And there's another talent Alabama has its eye on. Five-star wide receiver Tristan Keys from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, is increasingly on the Crimson Tide's radar. The 2026 prospect not only received an offer from Alabama in September, but he's also expressed a strong interest in exploring the program, cementing his position as a priority for DeBoer's coaching staff. His explosiveness off the line of scrimmage and refined ability to create separation with clever routes make him an elite recruiting target. That combination of raw talent and sharp technique is exactly what has Alabama looking for, as they prepare guys for the NFL. Key's relationship with Alabama wide receivers coach Jamarcus Shepherd has been one of the factors fueling their mutual interest. "That's my guy, a very energetic guy, and that's what I like in a receiver's coach," Keys said. A genuine connection between coach and player is often the difference in recruiting, and Shepherd's charismatic and motivating approach seems to have put the Tide in an advantageous position to attract young talent. Alabama's track record in developing wide receivers is another point that stands out to Keys. He himself highlighted the Crimson Tide's tradition as one of the NFL's top producers of first-round receivers. "They've produced a lot of great receivers. I feel like this is one of them," Keys said. "It's no exaggeration, names like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy and Devonta Smith have paved the way for Alabama to become a hotbed of successful athletes." The 2024 season, despite its coaching staff transitions, demonstrated Alabama's commitment to integrating young talent. Ryan Williams, a rising star freshman, was one of the standouts, receiving significant opportunities on offense. Keys noticed this and valued the program's approach to betting on younger players. "I like that they played a lot of freshmen this year," he said, highlighting Alabama's confidence in giving new players a big role, even in a challenging year. Although he had to cancel a previous visit to Tuscaloosa, Keys plans to make amends in January. This visit could be crucial in solidifying the relationship between him and the program. The mutual interest is clear, and Alabama is well positioned to show Keys that he can be the next centerpiece of the Crimson Tide offense. Even with a 2025 re-signing scenario, the Tide remains focused on attracting talent capable of perpetuating their football principles. With his undeniable talent, work ethic, and potential to become another great name in the Crimson Tide's rich history of wide receivers, Tristan Keys is undoubtedly a prospect that everyone in Tuscaloosa hopes to see on this Alabama team. And Alabama legends are making a name for themselves. The appointment of Sam Shade as head coach of the Alabama A&M football program represents a major milestone for both the team and Shade himself, a Crimson Tide icon. A former standout player for Alabama, who won the 1992 national championship, Shade brings with him not only a winning record, but also a deep understanding of what it takes to lead and transform teams. Shade's impact on football extends far beyond his playing career. His transition to coaching has been marked by an impressive trajectory that includes stints at college and professional programs such as Samford, Georgia State, and the Cleveland Browns. Most recently, his work at Miles College has been nothing short of transformative. He took a 1-9 team in 2022 and, in just 2 years, led them to a 10-3 record, winning the SIAC title and advancing to the NCAA Division II playoffs. This success has not gone unnoticed and was a key factor in his hiring by Alabama A&M. The Bulldogs, a storied team in the FCS and HBCU college football scene, were looking for a leader who could reinvigorate the program. Shade's selection is not only strategic, but also symbolic, combining his track record of excellence with the mission of elevating Alabama A&M back to prominence. Director of Athletics Dr. Paul Bryan highlighted Shade's ability to recruit local and national talent, a key attribute to ensuring success in a competitive environment. Sam has deep connections throughout Alabama and a proven track record of identifying and developing players, Bryan said. This recognition is a reflection of Shade's extensive network and his ability to attract top talent. His ties to the state of Alabama and his time as a player with the Crimson Tide provide a solid foundation for gaining support not only from potential players, but also from fans and alumni. Shade's mindset, shaped by years of experience at Alabama and in the NFL, combines discipline, strategy, and a winning approach that inspires confidence. He understands the weight of leading a program like Alabama A&M that is looking to return to its glory days. His success at various levels of football shows that he is not only a talented coach, but also someone who knows how to build winning cultures. For Alabama fans, Shade's rise is also a source of pride. He is a shining example of how the Crimson Tide not only produces elite players, but also leaders who continue to impact the game beyond their playing days. His career reflects the spirit of Alabama, determination, excellence, and a commitment to success. The Alabama A&M community is already optimistic about the future under Shade's leadership. In Huntsville, there is great expectation that he can restore the program's luster, not only with victories on the field, but also by building a culture that values the personal and professional development of its players. For Shade, this is more than just a coaching opportunity. This is a chance to cement his legacy in college football, now as an architect of success. As Alabama A&M prepares to embark on this new era, Shade's connection to the Crimson Tide and his deep knowledge of college football provide a unique foundation. Good luck to the guy. What do you think of Shade's rise to prominence in the market? Let us know in the comments.